This review has been brought to you in part by HobbyAirsoft and Magpul PTS.
Okay, welcome back to a very cold Oddie's Airsoft. Now, as you can see by the snow behind me, the weather is pretty awful. We've had temperatures down at -11 at night. We are under 1.5 foot of snow at the moment, and we haven't hit the Christmas rush yet. It's most unusual for us to have this weather, and as such, not much airsofting is being done. So I'm going to take this opportunity to make a review video. And today we're going to review the Magpul Masada. Now, as you know, YouTube is full of videos on the Magpul Masada, a lot of reviews, a lot of in-depth look at, and I'm not going to add to that. I'm just going to tell you what I think of it. So I'll give you a quick rundown, show you a few little things, and tell you what I think. First of all, this is the Magpul PTS Masada ACR. Reason why it's called a Masada, the Masada name came about after the very famous battle in 72 AD by the Roman 10th Legion when they held siege to the Jews. It was called the Battle of Masada, and that's where this apparently got its name. Now, it's an exceptionally lightweight gun for the size and the look of it. It's made with aluminium and polycarbonate plastic. The overall weight is about 3 pounds. The upper receiver, the trigger guard, the trigger mechanism, and the outer barrel is all metal. The lower receiver is a 5.56 and will take the standard P mags. They are bringing out a 7.62 receiver, lower receiver, so that you'll be able to fit AK magazines in. Also, they will be doing a PMag AK style to fit that as well. And that's what I'm saying, this gun is very modular. There's loads of bits and pieces that can be changed about it. There's a folding stock that you can add to it. This is a fixed stock. I prefer this stock because it looks absolutely the shizzle. There is a CQB shorter barrel that can be fitted. One thing I will tell you about this gun is it's amazingly quick to navigate internally and externally. I'm not really au fait with stripping guns, I leave it to others, but even I can do a spring change, and I can do a hop-up rubber change and a barrel change. Now, internally it's an Aries gearbox. It's a hybrid of version 2 and 3. It ships with the 603 inner barrel, which is, as we know, a Type bore already, so you don't need to change it out. The hop-up rubber it ships with is very good, although I did change mine to a Garda silicone hop-up. It comes and ships with a rear M-bus sight, Magpul, and it has a built-in front sight. It has a 37 rail slot, which you can add any trinkets you want, although I have to say I don't feel the need to, and I don't think the gun suffers from not having it look-wise.
The gun ships with a small plastic Magpul bullet, which helps you push the pin to access the battery chamber, where you will find the barrel. Now, you can pull out this lever and give it a quarter turn, and that's your barrel removed, and there's your hop-up rubber that can be accessed very simply. And to put it back on, again, push it in and twist and push the lever down. It's that simple. Now, to access the spring for a spring change, you have to push out the pins at the back of the receiver, and literally it pulls up and the stock pulls off, and you can then access this little bolt here, which you unscrew, which leads you to a small Allen key bolt that you have to push and turn to release. Be careful, because this will come out, because it's under tension, it'll come out very fast. You can change the spring, push in the bolt, push all the way in with the Allen key, put the bolt back on, screw it up, and then it's a matter of putting on the stock, pushing the bolts back through, give them a little tap, and that's it, job done.
What I want to mention is the sling I'm using. It's the M2S sling from Magpul, and I have to say, singly, the best thing I've ever bought and used. Completely configurable, and very easy to help shoulder your weapon and keep it safe off the ground. What I will say about it is, sometimes when you have to weak side transition, I find other slings, bungee slings I've used, have caught on my vest and made the actual action very, very difficult. It has a little piece here that you can put your thumb in and move down to adjust, so you can actually adjust it to whatever level you want, or right down to give you more of a drop. On weak side transitioning, it moves over very, very fast. Now, I'm no Chris Costa, as you've probably already guessed, but your weak side transition is made easier with this sling. It's the easiest sling I found, and it doesn't even catch up on my vest, which is quite bulky because I tend to rock with a lot of mid caps. It has a little catch here which is lockable, so you won't have it fail in field, which can catch up to a forward sitting QD point, which is here on the gun, so that you can actually use it in its more sort of natural way if you want to use it that way, or you can sling it behind you when you're walking. I'd say it clips back on, and the great thing is as well, there's a what they call a quick release system here. It's this little cord here, you give it a yank and the gun is free if you need to release the gun for any reason at all. So all in all, it's well worth investing in one of these. They are simply the best sling I have used to date, the most configurable and the easiest to use, and giving you the widest range of options. Something else I want to mention is it's always good to know what people are using BB wise now. At a push, if I'm really stuck, I usually have a number of bottles of these Red Devils lying around. They're only okay. My favourite BBs, and one that I test all my guns on, are the XLs. They are without a doubt the best BB on the market. My next favourite is G&G. G&G make, I find them nearly comparable to the XL in their make and design qualities. They are really superb BBs, and to be honest with you, they're the ones I tend to go for everyday skirmishing. I use them in .2s all the way up to .23s, and on some occasions maybe .25s. But G&Gs aren't always easy to get hold of, but I came across a bag of King Arms in Hobby. Now Hobby have a lot of these in stock, and I have to tell you, the rumour has it that the King Arm lads, they sourced the G&G manufacturer for their BBs, and got the manufacturer of the G&G BBs to make them for themselves. What I can tell you is, after having used them, I would find them as good as the XL and as good as the G&G. I can't see a difference between them and the G&G. Even the packaging is very similar. And the BBs are very good. What I did was, to make it a fair comparison, on my vest as I was going out, I had the back row filled with G&Gs, and I had the front row of my mid caps filled with the King Arms, and I alternated between each mag up and down so that I was giving it a fair test. And I have to tell you, I absolutely saw no difference, absolutely no difference whatsoever. So would I recommend the King Arms if you're stuck for a bag or two? They retail around the same price as the G&Gs, so if you have a preference for the G&Gs, buy them. But if you're out of luck and they don't have any around and you cannot get the King Arms, recommend them 100%. So what do I think of her? I think she's amazing. I think it's the best gun on the market in my mind. It's an acquired taste. I think not everybody's going to like the look of it. I do, and that's what Airsoft's about. It's about what you like, not what everyone else likes. So all in all, it's a 10 out of 10. Will I recommend you to go out and buy one? Absolutely do not buy one of these. Why? Real simple. Because if you go out and buy them, everyone's going to have one of these, and I will no longer look special when I'm on the battlefield. And I like being special. So that's it from HobbyAirsoft. I hope you've enjoyed the review, and we'll see you very shortly with some more vids.